A few weeks ago, news came out that Susan Hinn, the wife of televangelist Pastor Benny Hinn, had filed for another divorce. If you're not aware, Pastor Benny Hinn and Susan Hinn had divorced in the year 2010, but later remarried in 2013. This whole story of Pastor Benny Hinn and his wife, it's just one of the many stories of pastors, bishops, evangelists, people in ministry who have had challenges in their marriages. And even when you look at statistics, most of the mega church pastors that you will notice that they are either in their second marriage, third marriage, etc. And you wonder how comes people who are in ministry and they know better, they know what God requires to keep a marriage, they end up divorcing. So, on today's video, I'm going to share with you some insights that Pastor Jimmy Evans gave regarding this topic. So, I want you to listen to this video. I'm going to play you next, and then I'll come back with my reaction.
The integrity of your marriage speaks of your character. It speaks of your priorities. If you're ignoring your marriage for the sake of the church, it's something that God won't bless, because I tried it. You know, I've been there, done that. And so the integrity of our marriage basically just says that my home is either in order or my home is not in order. And the Bible tells us that an elder of the church has to be able to rule his home well. Okay, so I believe that marriage is everything. Now, as I say that, I also want to say every pastor has marriage problems. Okay, it's just ridiculous to think that, because there are phases in marriage and there are pressures on marriage. And so I believe that we all should be, every pastor should be given permission to be messed up. And I'm not saying being messed up as in not qualifying for ministry. I'm just saying we have problems. And so when a pastor is told, you have to have a good marriage to qualify for ministry, typically they go underground at that point. To try to hide their problems. They feel like that they really can't be honest or anything like that. It's both. I need to have a good marriage to qualify for ministry, and to do that, I've got to work on my problems. And to do that, I have to have permission to have problems, okay? So it's at Trinity in Amarillo, and I know that this is true for you guys too, is we have no judgment on a leader struggling in their marriage. None whatsoever. We want them to. And we just tell them, we'll get you help any way we can. We'll send you someplace. We'll do it here. No problem whatsoever. So if a leader couple, a staff couple, or a leader couple in Trinity approaches us and says, we're really struggling, blah, 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 whatever their issues are, we come around them, we help them to heal, and we admire them for their honesty and their willingness to come forward and work on their marriage. The only time we have problems are with people who are not honest. They act like everything's okay, then they implode. And at that point, we have a different response. It's not like it's not merciful, but in many cases, it's just too late. They have violated the qualifications of ministry, and there's nothing to put back together, or it's going to take a long, long time to happen. So we just believe that, we're all messed up. We're just all messed up. On this side of heaven, we have issues. Okay, so I just believe in, if I'm honest, now I don't want to get up in the pulpit and just tell everybody all my problems, okay? When I share something from the pulpit, it's something that God has already healed in my life, okay? When I'm in the process of healing, I don't get up and say it. But when I've been healed, I get up and say it. But when a pastor's honest, he creates an honest church. When the pastor acts as though that they've got it all together, everybody else gets real tense. And so we just have to create an atmosphere of grace and truth in order for ministry to go.
Pastor Jimmy Evans, who is one of the Americans' leading experts on family and marriage relationships, and also the founder of Marriage Today, raises very important points for every minister to take note, because the health of their marriage is very important to the success of their ministry. Actually, the Bible in the book of Ephesians says that a bishop or someone ordained into a position of leadership in ministry ought to be a man of one wife. And that shows you how important marriage is to the success of ministry. And one thing that Pastor Ben Hinn confessed when after they remarried, he said that during that period when they were divorced, it affected his ministry in a big way. A lot of partners stopped supporting Ben Hinn Ministries. A lot of people left his ministry. So whenever a marriage breaks, or rather a minister's marriage breaks, it always has a negative impact into the ministry of that person. And I love what Pastor Jimmy Evans is saying, that we shouldn't think that pastors' marriages don't have problems. Actually, if you're watching this video and you're married, and according to you, you have a perfect marriage, I think you're being dishonest. Every marriage has its own challenges. And what sets any marriage apart from the others which are clambering, it is the willingness of the husband and wife to work on their marriage, to solve the problems that arises in their marriage. And at the beginning of that Jimmy Evans video, he was saying that the condition of your marriage, it shows where your priorities are. And you remember Pastor Benny Hinn confessed and said one of the things that affected their marriage is, for him, ministry was his major priority. And he forgot about his wife, Susan Hinn. And even with the news of Susan Hinn filing for second divorce, we can already tell that one of the reasons why she could be doing so, it's still because she feels not lonely even if they are still married. Why? Because Pastor Ben Hinn does not prioritize working on their marriage. And this should be an encouragement and information that every minister should embrace and seek to ensure that their marriage works. Don't try create a false image of perfection. No. When you have marital challenges, acknowledge, and that's always the beginning of healing and restoration. But when you bury your hand under the bed and thinking that you can sweep away the problem instead of addressing it, no matter who you are, whether you are a tongue speaking believer or you're just a pagan somewhere, just know that marriage will not survive. So marriage works. We just need to work on it and apply the word of God, obey the word of God. What does the word of God say about love? What does the Bible say about how a husband and a wife should relate to keep their marriage? Remember, the Bible does not talk of a pastor's marriage, a doctor's marriage, a teacher's marriage, an engineer's marriage. It talks of a marriage between a husband and a wife. All these other titles in the context of marriage do not matter. So what do you think of today's video? What do you think of what Pastor Jimmy Evans just shared? So let's engage at the comment section, and see you in my next video. So don't forget to subscribe, give this video a thumbs up, and God bless you.